Good evening, Nigeria. And we are jumping straight into a story that has absolutely set social media on fire and gotten everyone from Lagos to Maiduguri talking. Former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Chief Michael Aondoakaa, has made a statement that is causing serious controversy across the nation. During a political consultation dinner that took place in Makurdi over the weekend, the senior advocate publicly urged the United States government to extend its anti-terror airstrikes to Benue State to deal with what he describes as terrorists and armed bandits who have completely taken over communities in the region. Now, let us talk about what exactly happened here and why this statement is generating so much heat. Chief Aondoakaa, who served under the late President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, made these comments at a gathering that brought together political stakeholders from both the All Progressives Congress and the People's Democratic Party. The consultation dinner, which started on Friday night and went into the early hours of Saturday morning, became the platform where the former minister dropped this bombshell that has everyone discussing whether Nigeria should invite foreign military intervention on its own soil. According to Aondoakaa, more than 15 of the 23 local government areas in Benue State have been overrun by armed groups who came under the pretense of grazing cattle but have now turned into violent terrorists, attacking innocent farmers, destroying farmlands, displacing entire communities, and occupying ancestral lands that belong to the indigenous people of Benue State. The timing of this statement is particularly important because it comes just days after the United States conducted airstrikes on Islamic State-linked camps in the Benue forest area of Sokoto State on Christmas Day. Those strikes were coordinated with the Nigerian government and targeted militant positions in the northwest region of the country. Chief Aondoakaa is essentially saying that if the United States could carry out operations in Sokoto, then Benue State deserves the same attention because the security situation there is equally dire, if not worse. In his own words, he said the airstrikes should have started in Benue before going to Sokoto, and that such operations are long overdue for his state. This is a former Attorney General of the Federation speaking, someone who understands the legal and constitutional implications of what he is saying, which makes his statement even more significant and shows just how desperate the situation has become. The humanitarian crisis in Benue State is something that cannot be ignored. Thousands of displaced persons are currently living in camps scattered across the state, with women and children bearing the brunt of the violence and suffering under extremely difficult conditions. Farmers, who are the backbone of Benue's economy, can no longer go to their farms because of fear of being attacked or killed by these armed groups. The state, which is often called the food basket of the nation, has seen its agricultural productivity decline significantly because of this insecurity. Villages have been burned, people have been killed, and entire communities have been forced to flee their ancestral homes. Chief Aondoakaa mentioned that over 200 people were recently killed in the Yelewata community alone, which shows the scale of violence that residents are dealing with on a daily basis. The reactions to this call for United States military intervention have been predictably mixed across Nigeria. Some people are supporting Chief Aondoakaa, arguing that when your house is on fire, you do not care who brings the water to put it out. These supporters believe that if American airstrikes can bring relief to suffering communities and eliminate the terrorist camps that have made life unbearable for Benue residents, then national pride should take a backseat to saving innocent lives. They point to the fact that Nigeria has previously worked with foreign partners in fighting Boko Haram in the northeast, so extending similar cooperation to tackle the crisis in the Middle Belt should not be controversial. If you are finding this discussion engaging and informative, please do not forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss important updates like this one. However, there is significant opposition to this idea from many Nigerians who see it as a dangerous precedent and an embarrassing admission that Nigerian security forces cannot handle internal security challenges. Critics are raising serious questions about sovereignty and wondering what message it sends to the international community when a former Attorney General is calling for foreign military strikes on Nigerian territory. Some are concerned about the potential for civilian casualties because airstrikes, no matter how precise they claim to be, can result in innocent people being killed. There are also questions about intelligence gathering, about who decides which locations get bombed, and about the legal frameworks that would govern such operations. Would the Nigerian government have full control over targeting decisions, or would the United States make independent choices about where to strike? Security experts have also weighed in on this matter, with many arguing that while airstrikes might provide temporary relief by destroying some camps and eliminating certain leaders, they do not address the fundamental issues driving insecurity in Benue State. The conflict between farmers and herders over land and resources, the proliferation of illegal weapons, poverty, unemployment among young people, climate change affecting grazing patterns, and weak governance structures all contribute to the violence. Some analysts believe what Benue needs is a comprehensive strategy that includes better intelligence, well-equipped security forces, community policing initiatives, dialogue between different groups, economic opportunities for young people, and a judicial system that can prosecute criminals and deliver justice to victims. Chief Aondoakaa, who is seeking to become the governor of Benue State in the 2027 elections, has made security the centerpiece of his political message. He has criticized the current state government led by Governor Hyacinth Alia for what he describes as insensitivity and inadequate response to the security challenges facing the state. The former minister has pledged that if elected governor, he would make the safety of lives and property his top priority and would work with federal authorities to ensure that Benue becomes peaceful again. He praised President Bola Tinubu for efforts to tackle insecurity nationwide and called for sustained federal support to prevent further attacks. He also acknowledged the contributions of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, and former Governor Samuel Ortum, urging continued collaboration across party lines for the development of Benue State. What is absolutely clear from this entire situation is that the people of Benue State are exhausted from living in constant fear, tired of attending funerals, and desperate for solutions that will bring lasting peace to their communities. Whether Chief Aondoakaa's controversial suggestion is the right approach or not, his statement reflects the frustration of millions of Nigerians who feel their government has not done enough to protect them. The question now is what happens next. Will the federal government respond with intensified operations in Benue State using Nigerian forces, or will this call for foreign intervention be seriously considered? How will the Benue State government respond to these criticisms, and what concrete steps will be taken to address the displacement, the killings, and the occupation of communities by armed groups? We want to hear from you in the comment section because your voice matters in this conversation. Do you think Nigeria should accept foreign military help to fight terrorists and bandits in Benue and other affected states, or should this be handled entirely by Nigerian security forces? What solutions do you believe would work best to bring peace to these troubled communities? Share your thoughts below, engage with other viewers, and let us keep this important discussion going because these are issues that affect all of us as Nigerians.